My colleague Joshua Imarayi was at the hearing. He joins me now for further update on what transpired. Hello, Joshua. Today, Justice Abdulmalik heard 3 separate cases involving the former AGF. Can you help us break down what each of these cases is about?
Well, good evening to you, Felicity. Yes, of course, Justice Joyce Abdulmalik had 3 cases relating with the former AGF, that's the President Abubakar Malami. And 2 of these cases are cases of criminal proceedings. One of financial crimes, allegations of financial crimes leveled against him by the EFCC. The second, allegation of terrorism financing leveled against him by the DSS. And the third, a case of forfeiture. Earlier on, Justice Imarayi had granted an interim injunction of a forfeiture, temporary forfeiture on 57 properties allegedly linked to the former AGF. So what we are seeking to do today on the third case was to seek an order of final forfeiture of those properties. You recall that earlier on, Justice Imarayi had granted Malami and his wife bail. But today, the court actually went back on that decision, saying that this is a new court and the case is starting afresh. Felicity.
We also understand the court granted bail in one case while remanding Malami and his co-defendants in another. How did that situation unfold?
Well, the actual case that the court refused to grant Malami bail was the one where he was arraigned before Justice Imarayi. Earlier on, Malami, alongside his son and his fourth wife, we are arraigned before Justice Imarayi, where the 2 pleas on these criminal allegations bordering on financial crimes. And when the 2 pleas, they were granted bail by Justice Imarayi, who gave them 500 million naira each in bail bond and 1 surety each. Well, that case was, however, transferred back to the Chief Justice of the High Court for the assignment, as it was heard during the time when the court was in vacation. That particular case was subsequently assigned to Justice Imarayi, who recused himself from the case, citing personal interest and the interest of justice. That same case was then transferred to the court of Justice Joyce Abdulmalik, who heard the case today. And she said that everything pertaining that case, as far as it is starting afresh, has been deemed forfeited, because why? This is a new court, and everything, the plea, the bail application, the bail request will start afresh. So he was denied bail, and a subsequent date was fixed for the bail application to be heard by the court. And secondly, the second case that he was granted bail was that of the terrorism financing that is levied against him by the ESS. We recall that sometime ago that in that same court, that is the court of Justice Joyce Abdulmalik, he was arraigned alongside his son, and they all took the pleas of not guilty. So the court ruled today and granted them bail of 200 million naira each for the son and Malami himself, and that 2 sureties should stand for them, and 1 surety should be owner of the property, a land property in Asokoro or Metama, and should submit evidence of owning those land properties to the court. So that was where the court granted him bail of 200 million naira.
Before we let you go, just looking at the bigger picture, where does all of this leave the former AGF and others currently remanded with him?
Well, it is a judicial irony that the former AGF, who was once the major prosecutor of so many criminals and alleged criminals in this country, is now at the center of legal crossfire, legal big batch coming right, left, center, forward. Unfortunately, the man is at the center of so many court cases, so many litigation. And if by chance he fulfills his bail condition for that particular case of terrorism financing, he has not been granted bail on the allegation of financial crimes. And earlier in court today, the DSS told the court that he will be transferred from the custody of the DSS back to the correctional facility where he was once granted bail and was picked up by the DSS. So in the next coming days, the man will be facing series of criminal charges levied against him by security agencies. So that is where he is. And unfortunately for him, the wife and the son seems to be some sort of collateral in this case, because they themselves are accused of being complicit of the same crime, the same man, the former AGF Malami, is being accused of. Felicity.
Joshua, thank you very much for the updates. Do take care and good night.